what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's installment of the ISRL podcast post Rockingham. I'm your host, Clinton Seymour, driver of the number 2 car. With me is my co-host, Kyle Camper, driver of the 91. Kyle, frick, I thought this was North Wilkesboro earlier today. Boy, was I wrong.
Might have been better off if it was, honestly.
No, I don't think so. This race was a mess. Absolute mess, I know for me. Lap 30 something is probably sooner than that. I don't know. But I cooked the wall one good time. Caught some air on my front end, and my steering was junk. Um, Limped around until the first caution. Came in, fixed a good bit of that damage. Ended up putting me 3 laps down. Because boy, caution laps were quick around this place. They weren't playing around. But yeah, I came out of pits as the pack was coming by, so I was 3 laps down and still kind of broke. And then I think I had like 30 seconds of damage left. And then little while later, caution came out. Um, we were checking up on the backstretch, I think, and everyone had to wait for the pace car, so I kind of had to stop semi-quick, I suppose. Um, it wasn't anything I'd like slam on brakes for, but unfortunately, Chris, our teammate, was not paying a whole lot of attention to what was going on track at that exact moment. So he plowed into the back of us, undid all that damage that we fixed before, or at least just put it in the back instead of the front. But yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, for real. Came into pits again, about 2.5 minutes of repairs, and I tried not to go any more laps down than 3. Um, than I did maybe 5-10 laps or so. The car was just too tail happy for me to continue because I'm sure his tires wore down. The handling was only going to get worse, so kind of drifted into the pit lane. Pulled into pits. Sat there, got all the damage fixed, and then I think maybe that's when I got my first black flag, which I know over the team radio. I had said, I don't know what I got this penalty for, but I think it was speeding in pit road because I got one again. Um, I think after I fixed all that damage after Chris had hit me. And I got another one and finally saw where the messages were being displayed. It was a really weird place on my screen, but nonetheless, I had to come back for that second black flag. And I took that one because that was 100% on me. And yeah, after that, I was just kind of riding around. Um, I was, I'm not going to say fast, but I wasn't slow. I was, probably a mid-pack car from the get-go. We just had some unfortunate circumstances which kept us from actually competing. But past that, I mean, I don't know. Once finally got on track and run some laps, it was halfway fun. Got to race a few people, um, minus the caution fest we kind of had tonight. It wasn't too bad. How about yourself, man? How'd your race go?
Yeah, it was decent for a bit. I spaced out a little bit, just kind of got caught up in whatever, and um, caught the wall. A little bit of wheel damage, so I went in to get taken care of. Um, and then lap 107, I did what so many other guys did. Um, you hit the wall on the backstretch, and then ate the inside wall head on. It wasn't terminal. I had about 15 minutes of damage, but at that point, I was like, "There's no point in coming out." Especially when one little wreck can cause so much stuff to go down and so much chaos as we saw. I didn't want to be a part of that. There was no point. Couldn't gain anything, couldn't lose anything else at that point. So, figured I'd just keep it parts. Yeah, I made it about 107 laps before we called it. I think I ended up finishing. Actually, I don't know where I finished, to be honest with you, but nowhere good.
Yeah, I feel that, man. Um, I ended up finishing 21st, I believe, which is kind of a surprise. Majority of those positions were gained after I came back on track, people wrecking and whatnot. I think Rick wrecked after me, and his night was over. Mitch was after that. Chris was after that. So I passed those three guys. I think I eventually um, passed for position.
I
Um,
think you did too.
yeah, so we yeah, we managed to
Yeah, I
get a
finished.
few after we came back out, which just goes to show if you have a bad day early, get back out and keep running. You never know what'll happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at Eli, right? I mean, guy was caught up in absolutely everything tonight and rallied back and finished in the top 10. So
Yeah, it's a miracle, man. That's which actually is going to bring us into our we'll we'll hold off on race review. We'll kind of go over that in a minute, but we'll roll into biggest surprise of the night. And I'm pretty sure I can't speak for you, but it kind of sounds like you're leaning that way. That Eli's your biggest surprise, and honestly, I think he's going to be mine too. Um,
yeah,
you
I
know,
mean, absolutely right. I mean, lap two, he was facing the wrong way on the on the apron,
yeah, he was.
and he was caught up in several things, and I don't believe any of his own doing.
We'll go back and look at that too here. We do have YouTube this week, so if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, there's YouTube where you can check this stuff out. It'll be posted in the Discord, of course. Um,
Looks like
but
Paris
yeah,
put the race up just in time.
yeah, we've got Eli running here. Um, looks like he might. It looks like he taps the wall a little bit. He gets slowed up, and Corbin ends up running into the back of him. Um, which actually Corbin is another big surprise of the night because he's the one that won the race tonight. Um, big surprise. I mean, Corbin's a good driver, but he doesn't typically finish P1. I don't. Has he won a race in the ISRL before, or is today his first?
I think he's got at least one, maybe.
Okay,
I'll take a look in a second. So Eli finished with 100, or I'm sorry, with 14 incidents, finished ninth.
that's not bad. Yeah, Corbin gets into him. He comes down, and Connor just happens to be in the unlucky spot. Uh, Eli hits him. Connor gets into the wall pretty good, um, inside wall. But after that, I mean, it looks like I know Connor was able to keep going. I think he was in contention for a good finish too. He just had some rear end damage, it was probably easy to fix. But Eli was stuck on the apron. He's the guy that everybody saw uh, when they drove by. But yeah, he like you said, he was able to rally back and get a top 10. That's not bad for being getting wrecked lap one. So um, yeah,
For what
Corbin
it's
was.
worth,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Corbin won the Clash this season,
Okay, so he's got to win this
um,
season, but that's not
and he
points.
won. No, he did win season 5.
Okay,
He won in this car at Talladega.
okay.
So
Hot
he
dang,
has this
Corbin
is
with
like.
3 wins.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. He has Phoenix. He won the doubleheader at Phoenix, the second one, and then
Oh,
2 weeks later at Talladega. So it's his third win in the league here.
well, fourth.
But
I know the
yeah,
Clash isn't a points paying race, but it does count towards a win. So yeah, he does. He's got four. That's pretty impressive. Um, yeah, Corbin, the other big surprise for me. Did you happen to see anything else that surprised you?
I hate that it didn't surprise me. There's a lack of respect.
Well, that's the next portion, the biggest disappointments, um, which I'm sure we have a few of those a piece. But biggest biggest disappointment for me, I think, is probably going to be Nick 77. Dude, just today, man. I mean, there's been other races too where it's been kind of bad, but it almost seems like every caution tonight he was involved in some way, shape, or form, which is unfortunate. Surely I don't think that's something he wants to be uh, talked about for, and I'm sure he doesn't want to cause that. But yeah, it just seemed like if something was going on track, he was there. If he wasn't playing a part, he was nearby. So yeah, that was a little disappointing. Um, little disappointed too with just the amount of cautions we had. I guess it's just I know Rockingham's a tough place to race. Um, especially on new tires. If you're not careful, you can get loose in the corners. I was doing it in practice, and um, even on old tires, restarts and things would. And another great thing about tonight, I think, is the amount of tires we had. Um, 3 sets was a good number. It definitely kept strategy interesting, and we'll talk more about that here shortly. But um,
It shook a lot of things up for sure. We had 9 cautions for 27 laps, so I think the only reason it seems so much worse is because the bulk of those came in the last what, probably 30 laps.
yeah, it seemed like most of them happened mid to late race, not necessarily early race. I'll tell you another thing I'm disappointed about is the fact that I smashed the wall so early and pretty much effectively ended my night. I didn't want to quit racing because, shoot, I'm already sitting here. I've got to be here well on after the race too, so I might as well have fun while I'm here. But yeah, that kind
No
of
doubt.
sucked. How about you, man? You got anything different?
Nah, I think you hit the nail on the head with it, honestly. Without beating a dead horse, I can't really say much more. Just it's crazy to me to see how some of the playoff guys raced. Um, I mean, I know we cut off after next week, but with the way guys were dropping, I mean, let's be real. Of course, Hyder had that big cushion from all of his bonus points in the regular season, but the guy finished 11th tonight. I mean,
That's
if,
not
if you
somewhere he
can,
normally finishes.
no, and if you can keep your shit together, you can finish ahead of him, and it's going to help a little bit. And I know a lot of these guys did, but you just think if you don't get caught up in some of the stuff, you could be even higher up on that list.
Hmm.
Um, but that's suppose that's neither here nor there. But no, without beating a dead horse, I really don't see much more that I could add to what you said.
Um, so following biggest disappointments, let's kind of go over race review a little bit. And I'm gonna not focus in on anyone in particular. I'll just pick Eli here. Um, but I'll focus on him just so I can look at lap times. He had we already talked about his wreck there on lap one. Um, that was pretty cut and dry. Let's look at lap 22, 21, 22 here. Somebody wrecks, it looks like. So I'm kind of interested to see who that was, what happened, all that good jazz. Um, I don't remember. Okay, this was Rick's. Um, I think he just lost it. Yeah, single car spin. Just unfortunately lost it. Um, Rick's pretty consistent. He might be running in the back, but he's never out there being reckless or driving crazy or nothing. But yeah, he
No, and I think you
just
said on the radio he just got in just a little too deep on that one, and
that's what it was. Yeah, right here he hits the wall
so
out of two, and it just messes him up. I mean, it's really easy to just barely touch the wall. There's a couple more of those too, which we'll look at. But you just barely touch that outside wall out of two, and it gets you all messed up. We'll go back to find here. We'll use Daryl this time. That was 22. So we'll go through, and I know there was I don't know 3 or 4 almost should have wrecked but saved at moments too. So we won't see all of those. I'm just looking for cautions at the moment. Um, this one. Let's see. Get in the pack a little bit here. This one here. This was Mitch's. Um,
what lap was that?
this was lap 64. So second caution of the day is at lap 64. Mitch is racing side by side with Anthony. Anthony gives him plenty of room, so it's not like Anthony did anything wrong. It's just Mitch just barely touches the dang wall and gets gets loose. He ends up kind of lazily going to the left, and yeah, then the car's not settled anymore. It just comes back to the right. He smacks the wall again and comes down the track on the back stretch, clipping Anthony there. Um, Anthony he hit the inside wall pretty good, but he was able to get it fixed. I think stay on the lead lap and all that stuff. Mitch's night was over after that. Um,
I didn't realize how bad it was, but that second hit into the wall is what really did him in. The hood was all jacked up at that
yeah,
point.
he's head first. Look at him here in his cockpit view. Yeah, Mitch is just practically head first in the wall, toast
That's a
after
bummer.
that. Let's see. I think is that 65. I think we,
Because Mitch is one of those guys. He always comes on late, because he's just consistent.
yeah,
So I think he could have really benefited the way this race played out.
and the real bummer there is he's a playoff guy. He's Renegades, of course, only playoff guy, and Black Cloud and Renegade. I mean, he's running representing both of our teams, man, and he just had an unfortunate night tonight.
For what it's worth,
I think he's
he's
sixth in points, so this
he's seventh
shouldn't
now.
seventh now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this won't knock him out, but this doesn't put him in a
No,
good place for next round.
as long as he has a good week next week.
Yeah. So ran a few more laps. That's only caution number two, correct? Yeah, I think that's only caution two at this point. Um, so lap 103 of a 175 lap race. I don't know who it is that wrecks here. Uh, oh, is it? Okay, yeah. We were actually on one of the cars involved. How about that? So let's move back one. Uh, we'll move back to Malachi here. So lap 103, out of turn two. It looks like Nicky's in the wall, out of two, and then he comes down, bumps Zach, comes back up, hits the wall again, and hits Josh and loses it after that.
What lap are we on for that one?
103 out of two. Yeah, Nicky hits the wall, uh, bumps Zach a little bit. Then he comes back, hits the wall again, bumps Josh a little bit, and I guess he hits the wall again. Is that correct? Uh,
Yeah, I'm watching
one
now.
wall, two wall, three wall. Yeah, and you can tell in the cockpit replay he's trying not to hit anybody after the initial wall hit, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just unfortunate there. Uh, they were more or less able to save it, um, but I think that just kind of set off a chain reaction. Yeah, looking at Eli now. Um, Nick's coming down. Eli's coming. Eli's going pretty quick at this point, and he goes low to dodge, and Nick just kind of goes low, probably trying to get out of the way. Eli swerves to miss. He just loses control of the dang car. That's what brings out the caution, because Eli actually gets stopped on track and looks like he clips Samito. Yeah, 94. Um, Clips him before coming to rest on track. So, yeah, not only did Eli wreck lap one, he's also wrecked now at lap 103, and minimal damage because he just bumps the wall a little bit, but he still even bounces back from this. He was in 17th at this point, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Yeah, 17th at that
yeah,
wreck.
so yeah, he's able to come back from that. Pretty much goes to last after he things get settled, and last in the 19th. Okay, so maybe not last, but I mean he's at the back of the pack at this point. So, but anyway, that's 103, and we don't have to go far to find the next one. Looks like it's at lap 111. We're still in Eli's cockpit as we look to see who. Um, that's Marcus. I see. Oh man,
And the
Eli.
53.
Eli was involved in a few too. Because he tagged
Oh
the
yeah,
50.
he's
He tagged the 53 there, trying to 53 trying to miss, and doesn't realize Eli's there. I guess. But anyway, we'll
Oh, I think I know which one this was.
yeah, we're gonna go here. Move
Oh
up
yeah, I know
to.
exactly which one this was.
I think I do too, but I'm not gonna say. Okay, yeah. Um, which we'll come back to this one. This was admitted, and I don't think he's gonna mind me saying it. Josh said he ran into Marcus here. Um,
Well, yeah, I mean Josh was clearly faster. He gave him a couple shots, just kind of like, hey man, it's something that people do all the time. Just give a guy kind of a shot, like, hey man, I'm faster. Because that's the thing. Josh had him on the bottom, and then said, "Okay, fine." Goes up top, and
Yeah,
I don't know. I just
we're gonna back up a couple laps just to see. As Josh said, he felt pretty shafted by Marcus a few times. So since we don't have a lot of laps until the wreck happens, this is a restart, lap 107 for the
yeah,
103 wreck.
they certainly have a history, and I think Josh has been more than fair a lot of the time.
I'm going to put the volume on here in this case, just probably kind of low, just so we can hear everything going on. And we'll watch from Josh's cockpit. How about that? Yeah. So this is going into lap 108. I think we got about 3 laps here. Josh is on the bottom. Marcus is up top. Just gets in line behind Marcus here. Josh kind of trying to do a switcheroo there. Gets loose, trying to keep it cut down. Then Marcus comes low, and yeah, Josh
Oh yeah,
either bumps him. I don't know what happened up front, but we'll look at that in a minute. Josh either bumps him or has to slam on brakes to miss. 17 gets spun. And we'll look at that too. But yeah, Josh is catching Marcus again. So they go into one. Josh is there. Marcus moves across to get to the bottom. Josh doesn't really get any momentum out of the corner. And he comes maybe to get by Marcus high. Hopefully he's got a little bit of a run. Tries to go low.
yeah.
Marcus is low. Yep, there's a tap. Let him know, hey, I'm here. I'm faster. And for context, uh, nobody's outside of Marcus. There's plenty of room between him and the 41. So Marcus definitely looks like he's blocking here. And
He's trying
that's
to protect what the position. So
yeah. This is for 8th.
on lap 111, yeah.
And it kind of seems like Marcus slows down a little bit, which he's on the bottom, so kind of the bottom coming up to the top. So he's maybe doesn't know when he needs to slow down or something. I don't know. He's still got some distance between him and Co. And then yeah, after that, Josh just runs to the back of him. He's had enough. He already tagged him and said, "All right, look, dude, Josh is trying to get back down. It looks like, and then either doesn't or just says, yeah, I'm going to run into him." But
Well, the thing is that he had been faster since that restart.
yeah,
But he served the penalty right away. He got
yep.
the EOL.
Josh admitted it to the admin team. He was given an EOL. Yeah,
Although
there he is back
let's
here with the
let's
slow guys, me and you.
although let's back up a little bit to where everybody
Yeah,
passes him.
yeah,
Um,
we'll do that.
at this point, Rick had already announced that we were giving him the EOL as well. So the entire field was aware that he was going to be penalized and sent to the back.
Right. Yeah, so this is Marcus
So
during the pace laps here as we get caught up to the pace car. Let me move back actually. Okay, I thought Josh was already up here. But I know what you're talking about, so I'm purposely trying to find it, I guess.
could be here. Yeah,
Oh,
right
yep.
here.
So we've got a little bit of uh retaliation for the retaliation, I guess. Yeah, he bumps him. I heard it.
Now stay with him here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a problem, especially because it was announced. But this is where my teammate came out at me. Um, you can't manipulate his camera, can you? Can you look to the left?
No.
Like I don't know if you could, like if you don't have your wheel still set up, you could look over at it. But
No, I don't have it, but I'll look here. What
if you look from the far chase or like the rear chase where you can see
oh,
each other,
maybe that's what I did. Far chase, yeah.
or yeah, the other one.
Just look at that one
So
yourself. Keep it up.
That
Oh,
didn't sit well with
I
me at
wanna
all.
hold on. I want to back up again and confirm that uh, I heard Rick announce the penalty for Josh.
They are gonna go by me.
Thinking he
You have
might
to
have already
pass
said it.
Clinton, Marcus. You have to pass Clinton. Quit typing on the keyboard and pass Clinton.
Yeah, I think he had already said it at this
Already
point.
done it there. Yeah. Let me go back one. We'll go back two.
Nope, that ain't gonna work. Nope, nope.
Trying to. Did I not go back far enough again? Maybe I didn't go back far enough again.
They're by me.
Yeah. Let me go
Yeah, I think
back further. There
yeah, I
we
would
go.
just play it from here and see, because this is right where it happened. Get another view of that.
Terrible restart. That's the first time I've started up on the outside on a restart, and I put way too much gas into it and about knocked the wall down from the field.
Yeah, I do the same exact thing as you, Corbin.
But wall, I was like, nope, that ain't gonna work. Nope, nope.
Rick might have got talked over.
It's certainly possible. But he does say it
Yeah.
up here, I think, at some point.
They're by me. Pass Clinton. Pass Clinton.
Like, I think he says it
Oh,
at the end.
yeah. Okay. I think
Oh,
it's
was it right there?
I think so.
All right, 32. 32's got an EOL for that incident.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So literally right after Rick says that.
But then watch. But this part's fine.
Marcus, you're looking at one yourself. Keep it up.
Yep. Okay. I remember that part. I do remember that.
So then this is where I started playing with fire, because I was not behind
Yeah.
him.
I heard you revving up.
Big
Yeah.
Daddy's watching overhead, so I'm seeing everything.
Big Rick. Yes, sir.
So
Keeping a watchful eye on all his little chicks.
no doubt.
So yeah, and I want to go back real quick and from the restart here. See, I think we went green.
So
Yeah, we went green on coming to 8, but I wanted to see what was going on in front of all this because there was some beating, banging, and almost wrecking. And
so just a quick development here. The playoff points were just updated. Mitch is 11th.
Mitch, oh no.
Yeah.
I think Trafari was involved in some of that beating and banging. I'm going to go ahead and turn the audio down now since we're done with that. But yeah, I want to see what's going on up here. Maybe Walker got into Trafari a little bit. No.
I will say though, the points are still pretty freaking tight, but we can go over that here in a bit.
Yeah, we'll get there. Thought there was a little more beating and banging. I thought we. Okay. Looks like Trafari comes down a little bit. On the 17, which not really Connor's fault. The 17 had a run and was coming. So by the time his spotter probably told him car inside, it was a little too late by then. But yeah, Connor gets sideways, but he gets it back straight. 17 tries to roll by, and yeah, he was on the apron a little bit, and that got him loose. So both of them hurt the 17 more than the 9, but they were both able to save it and get back going again. So that's good. Good driving on their parts.
They both rallied back really well too.
I don't think anything else had happened. Yeah. Anyway, we'll go now past lap 111 here. 15 had a little run here till lap
What about that?
145. where it looked like something had happened. Do I have a wider angle? I wish there was a more zoomed out angle. I guess I could get blimp. Oh, there it was too. We were already
That
there.
was one. Yeah, James got caught up on that one.
Yeah, James in the wall, out of 2. Yeah. Kind of just stacked up after that, which I know James had apologized for, but it stacked 85 up. He got run into the back of, and then the 3 trying to avoid as the 12 also came down and got the 12 spun into the 41, and that might have been it.
About cleaned out the whole elite team.
Dude, just about 3 of their cars, right?
Well, Jared was about in that too, so that would have been 4.
Yeah. So that's that one. That's uh unfortunate there. And then we had uh this is
This
where
would
we
have been, I guess.
this is where we started to go downhill a little bit. This is lap it'll be on lap 166, I believe. I just don't know who. A little tag there between the 12 and the 56. But I don't know who. Oh, think I found it. Dang, was that James again? Yes,
Yeah, but
sir.
he didn't.
He
Yeah,
didn't
he
bring
didn't
the
take
caution
anybody
out.
out.
Okay, he brought the caution out, just didn't wreck anybody. Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
just
That's
got into the
exactly what I
wall a
did.
little bit. That was another one of
That was.
those instances. He gets into the wall a little bit and it wrecks him.
Yeah, that was exactly what I did. Except I was able to stay on the apron.
Yeah. So he comes back on track and starts that caution, I believe.
I don't know. Everybody looks like they're going pretty quick still.
Yeah, it did. Um,
Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, was
yeah,
the pace car?
no,
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I did bring the caution out. You're right.
yeah. Yeah, pace car's out. And then Corbin's in the lead at this point, and I think he holds the lead for the most part for the rest of the race.
Yeah, I believe he did there as well.
Um,
There was one more. There was one more decent wreck
yeah,
near the end.
yeah, that was 168. So we went green. We're already reckoning at 172.
I'm
And
wondering if this is the one.
I know I need to move back for this one. I just can't remember who it was exactly. But we'll,
The 2 dumbasses of the week, I believe.
okay. Might be right, to be honest with you.
Oh, the
Was,
caution's already out at this point, isn't
I
it?
was about to say it already happened at that point. Oh, there it is.
There
Okay.
it is. Look at that.
All right. This was an interesting one. So I've already looked at this a few times. Now, what was that smoke I just saw?
Somebody catch the wall up there. Hey, there's me.
Well, I thought I saw smoke right here,
So
but
then it looks like the 90. The 90 catches the wall up there.
yeah, okay, maybe that's what I saw. No, he didn't
Just
catch.
a.
He didn't hit
Did
the
he?
wall.
No.
No, he's clear. But anyway, well, let's look at the
It looked like
53 here.
was Cody sideways there though? Oh, the smoke was in front of them.
I don't think it was smoke. I think it's just a
Oh,
light spot on the track or something.
makes sense.
Um. Anyway, so we got the 53 here.
Yeah, he throws a nasty
Oh
block.
yeah, he's blocking Marcus big time.
Yeah, he threw a nasty block. Oh, that's a cloud we were looking at, for God's sake.
Yeah. So yeah,
Huh.
he moves down, blocks Marcus big time, and he brake
Yeah,
checks
that's
him.
egregious.
So
Yeah, that's egregious as hell.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious to go back now and oh, there's more. It's
We should just watch from the frickin' restart.
oh yeah, this is the restart.
Yeah,
So
might as well.
let's see this from the blimp camera.
Pretty ugly restart. A lot of guys laying back there,
Yeah, so let's look at that too. Actually,
which we've addressed time and time and time again. But
so you
I
got
kind of understand Chris laying back just a little bit because Samito was blinking a
blinking.
bit.
Yeah,
but the
But he's not
97 laying
checking
back.
up.
No. Marcus laying way back.
Yeah, Marcus
Walker laying
is
back a little bit.
Marcus is a whole. Well, you can fit a whole car there, or should be able to fit a whole car there. Now it doesn't really seem like it helped him much. He's even with the 12 here, so if he was laying back
Yeah.
for an advantage, he didn't get one. But nonetheless, we can see 53 here. 94 slows up some.
Marcus, yeah, he got a really good run, and Chris blocked him there.
Well, I wouldn't say that because it looks like the 94 or Chris is trying to get around the 94 at the same time Marcus is trying to get around the 53, and Marcus
That's
bumps him,
fair.
I'm sure, and then bumps him again right here. Chris is
Which to
already
me,
3 wide.
looks very similar to the Josh and Marcus incident where he bumps him twice because he's faster.
Yeah, and like in Chris's defense here, so he's trying to get around the 94 who was slow because the 94 uh didn't really have the room, didn't want to wreck the was that the 89? I
Aiden
can't.
Smith, yeah.
Yeah, it's Aiden Smith, but 89. Yeah, okay. Um, he doesn't want to wreck the 89, so he slows up a little bit as to not push him into the wall, which Chris has to try to get around. Which while Marcus is trying to get around the both of them because he's faster at this point, and then they're about to go into turn 3, 3 wide, which I'm sure Chris doesn't want to do. So it looks like he backs out of it a little bit. Marcus back into him again. So I'm sure at that point Chris is kind of frustrated with Marcus. And then
I'm sure Marcus is probably just as frustrated too because he's been quicker.
yeah. So then we come 172. Marcus looks like he might be able to get by, but there's nowhere for him to go. Chris
Another
up
big
to the
run.
so this is where what I don't like here is Chris gets behind the 12 out of 2. Okay, that's fair. Marcus comes down to get around because he's faster. And yeah, it looks like the 53 just brake checks him. It's too early to stop for the corner before the rock sign right there.
Well, and the other
So,
thing is that the 53 and the 77 are teammates, and the 77 was right behind Marcus.
and that's a good point too. 53 is not in the playoffs. 77 is in the playoffs. So Mark's trying to get around the 53. 53 brake checks to 56, which honestly ends up screwing the 77 over a little bit. 77 around the both of them. Now they're 3 wide. And now Marcus is in a situation here. The 53's got half the track outside of him. 53's dead set in the middle. Marcus is definitely faster than the 53. Wants to get around. 77 squeezing around both of them. And yeah, Marcus just bumps the 53. Trying to get off the 53, comes down. 77's there. Actually, I kind of felt like we'll look at
I feel
the
like the 77 came up a little bit, but it's hard
yeah,
to tell.
that's what I was gonna say because when I looked at it from the chase camera, it seems like the 77 comes up before he's exiting the corner a little bit more like you'd expect, and excuse me, yeah, he comes up right there and he's not clear. Um, Marcus has got a car to his outside, so he can't really go. I mean, it does kind of look like Marcus comes down, but nonetheless, yeah, gets Nick wrecked. So that didn't work out in their favor.
The thing that pissed me off about that is that ended up taking Daryl out too.
Yeah, instant bystander Daryl trying to get squeezed by. He's slammed, slams into Marcus, which will get a clear look at that too if I could go the right way. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, Marcus up the track. Because the 77 hooks Marcus again.
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw.
Yeah, the 77 sliding coming down, and Marcus trying to get by on the inside, and yeah, gets hooked. Daryl runs into him. Daryl's race is over at that point. Excuse me. It's a miracle more cars weren't involved in that, honestly. And then if we go back here, we'll go look at the, because there was another caution after this, I think.
Yeah, I think there was one more.
So
So I think this went 6 or 7 laps past it scheduled
yeah,
race distance.
right here, pace car comes off. We're green, and yep, there. I just saw it there. I'm going the wrong way again.
This is the one that okay, so the 90 had gotten caught up.
So this is just see 90. This one's hard.
97 catches the 94.
Let me
Looked like the
let me get
97 was in
here.
the wall.
So 90 probably touched the wall. Yeah, both of them hit the wall actually.
Yeah.
And then Sumito's just in the wrong place, wrong time. They get tied up here, and I remember them saying on the radio they couldn't get unhooked.
Right.
But it hooks the 90. So 90 goes off, and right into Walker. Walker T-bones the crap out of him, comes back up the track, takes out the takes out
99
the
it looks like.
99. Yep, which in turn takes out the 32.
Yeah.
85's in that. Oh man, did I get by this? Yeah, I did just squeak by that. So yeah, that was unfortunate. I had a pretty good view of that, honestly. We'll take a look from my view. Yep. Okay, I didn't have a good view of what happened, but had a good view of the wrecking afterwards. So yeah, that
What
was
a shit show.
unfortunate for them. And yeah, that was the last caution. But yeah, man, that was pretty terrible. But that's race review. Paint scheme of the week. What have you
Yeah, definitely.
what have you got for paint scheme of the week?
Let's take a look here.
Let me go back to lap number numero uno, and we'll take a look at all the cars here. I'll go ahead and pick mine since I've got the all the cars showing here. We go through Hyder, Zach, Jordan, Eli, Michael, Dorsey, Corbin Collins, Connor.
I'm leaning towards Eli.
Chris's car looked good today. Eli's is alright. Eli's is good. Eli's is always good.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think somebody asked if Cody Webster's car was a Kyle or Kurt Busch throwback, but that is Marcus Ambrose, just with quad lock on the car. But that is the
Yeah, okay.
same number font when Marcus Ambrose drove the 9. Let's see. Nick's car looks nice. I do like Marcus's mellow yellow car.
Another Eli creation, I believe.
Correct. Man, the green looks terrible on Mitch's car, but I am very happy that he's in the playoffs and gets a chance to have the green on the car. You know, I'm gonna have to go with your car, the 91 again. I think I already talked about this one the last time you ran it, but Eli, of course, painted that one too, and it's incredible looking.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the last week I'll be running it. Epilepsy Awareness Month officially ends on a Sunday, so that'll be it for the season.
Okay.
But no, just a great car, great cause. Eli's always knocked it out of the park with that, much like he does with everything he freaking creates. Probably going to give him his car tonight my vote. Honestly, I like the way the green looks with it. I don't know,
Yeah,
just
it fits.
I don't know.
It definitely fits, indeed.
Yeah, so I'll go Eli with that.
All right. Quite a bit, I believe, has happened in the sports world this week. Have you got anything for Sports City of the Week?
Sports idiot of the week. I don't know. Did any real dumb shit go on this week? I don't know. I feel like there was something, but I don't remember what it would have been. You know what? I'll give it to the Browns head coach, Kevin Stefanski.
Okay.
He
What happened?
so Shadur Sanders gets his first career start, and of course there's talk about him being egomaniac, just like his dad, and all this stuff. But there's no denying that the kid's got talent, and that he went out and played pretty well on Sunday. I mean, enough to get the win. Had a couple of really big throws, some good plays. I mean, that Browns team is still the Browns team, despite who they have at quarterback. Um, but it's pretty apparent that the coach isn't a big fan of him, of Sanders. Um, in the post game, like hype video or whatever in the locker room, I think he went as far as like talking about the punter before he even mentioned Sanders. Um, and didn't then said, "Oh, we don't know who the starter is going to be," and then finally came out and said, "Oh yeah, he's going to start." So it's I don't know, man. Like he played better than I think Dylan Gabriel has. At least he looked better. And at this point, it's a lost season. See what you've got at your quarterback position. Um, I don't know. I think that there's a obvious disconnect between head coach and quarterback. And given this is a quarterback driven league and you have a disconnect between your head coach and your quarterback, that ain't gonna last long. And let's be real, they're probably gonna get rid of the coach before they get rid of the quarterback.
No doubt. Um, I don't really know who is deserving of mine. I hadn't really watched a whole lot of sports this weekend. Honestly, I'm kind of like footballed out. Because both my teams aren't doing good right now. The Gators haven't been doing good since the season started, and the Buccaneers suffered a hard loss to the Rams. Rams were
Third
just
straight too.
yeah, the Rams were just a million times better than we were. Um, I don't know. I don't know what you would attribute our poor defense and all that stuff to. Um, Baker hurt himself, I believe, going into halftime. Um,
Well, he had been grabbing at that shoulder. I think he got tackled a few plays beforehand, and he was kind of favoring his shoulder anyway. It seemed like, and then when he launched that ball that really didn't go anywhere, you could tell he was hurting.
yeah. So,
He plays tough though, so it's not a surprise.
it just I read some articles talking about you know, Todd Bowles' decision making and um, the decision to sign Teddy Bridgewater and let Kyle Trask go. And I never really got to see Kyle Trask really play any snaps in the preseason last season. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I really got to see him play um, and have a chance to prove himself. But I just don't know that signing Teddy Bridgewater was the best idea. I know for a backup quarterback, he's decent, but he certainly wasn't. He's certainly not the best guy to trust the game to. Yeah,
Well,
I don't think he's a good. I don't think he's a good backup for us. Like I don't think he's gonna really win us any games if we had to rely on him. So I just if I had to give it to somebody in this situation, I would give it to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Um, I really think they let a gunslinger go, and it makes me sad.
yeah, unfortunately, being a Bears fan and being in quarterback hell and having seen quarterback injury year after year after year, um, we've there's been times we've had pretty solid backup quarterbacks who have kept us in it. Um, but it usually with the Bears, it was if the quarterback goes down, we're done. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, you gotta have a serviceable backup for sure.
Um, we more or less touched on it earlier when we gave our biggest disappointment of the race. Um, so we didn't really tie it to moments. We tied it to people. But I'm gonna ask you who's your official pick for. And you really got to get that sound bite going. We're gonna need to play
Oh, I
that.
know. I need to get that uploaded.
But nonetheless, who's your idiot of the week?
Got the nomination for dumbass of the week. These two can fight over who gets it because they fought enough on the track, but it's going to be between the 56 and the 77. I can appreciate Nick apologizing every time he does something, but there was one restart where he took it 3 wide. Um, and it's not so much that I have a problem with 3 wide racing, but it's the fact that I think 15 of us stayed out um, and didn't take tires. I mean, 15 guys stayed out, and then the rest of the field pitted and took tires. You have to understand and accept the responsibility that, okay, I'm going to have to navigate my way through these guys who are on older stuff. And so to take it 3 wide and it shuffled Daryl out of the mix. It seemed really unnecessary from my standpoint for Nick to do that at that time, especially because he has a whole hell of a lot more to lose than you know the other 28 guys out here. Um, Obviously not including the playoff guys. Um, and then for Marcus in the 56, the driving through all the pit stalls, that was um a dick move. The the going back at Josh didn't sit well with me either, because that's not the first, second, or third time it's happened. Just a lot of this stuff that, what are we, 13 races or 12 races into the season, or however the hell many we are. This is day one stuff that just, so that'd be my nominations for dumbass of the week.
I'm trying to click through the laps really quick here to get to the incident there towards the end of the race where and that was uh where we've been talking about quite a few times now. Let me get up there. Was it here? I feel like it was here. Yeah, here's where Nikki was charging through the pack. Believe he put
Oh,
fresh
this was
tires
late.
on. Yeah, at the caution between 165, 170, wherever it was. And it
Oh
put
yeah,
him
that's
it
a
put him
nightmare.
right in the prime place to get wrecked by Marcus there. But no, I'm gonna I'm gonna keep it more lighthearted because I know I have already talked plenty about them, and you already nominated the two of them more or less. But I'm gonna go to where was it here? Was it this? No, it
Oh, I
was.
think I know where we're going with this.
I you know where we're going with this? Yeah. Let me get it pulled up. Is it here? No, it must have been a different caution.
I do got to say, while you're looking for this, and I guess another disappointment would be the fact that Corbin just missed the playoffs as a result of last week at Atlanta, and then he comes out and wins this week.
Yeah, that's a good. That would be
If
a
that's
good.
not a kick, if that's not a kick in the balls, I don't know what is.
That would be a really good nomination for this biggest disappointment. Mainly because, like you said, he just did miss the playoffs, and uh now he's finally won a race. And if the regular season was just a little bit longer, maybe he would have actually made it in after tonight. But I think this is nope, that's not it. That's too far forward, actually, isn't it? Yeah, way too far forward. So where did this crap happen? Must have been here. Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, okay. Here it is. Um, we'll look from Chris's point of view. So, I think we talked about it already. I can't remember, but this is where Chris ran into the back of me. He wasn't paying attention. Um, just wanted to keep it light carded since we already hammered on the other guys. Let's see, we're all. Did I go? I think I hit some keys with my toes because my keyboard's on the floor.
Oh
I,
shit.
I think that's where I put it when I don't have it in my lap is leaned up close to where my foot is currently. So that must be what has occurred.
You know what's crazy is, and I of course need to see this before I say anything, but
There we go. Yeah, this is it. Coming out of two, everybody stop and let the pace car by, and yeah, Chris
yeah.
Chris had a choice here. It was hit Chris Lilly or hit me, his team owner,
So
and
we hit
he
the boss.
yeah, he hit the team owner. Unfortunately, that sucks. I wish he could have swung it left.
You know what's crazy is that that's the third time in the last 4 weeks that somebody's done this.
Yeah, I think I got
That's
I got
wild.
Lindgren a little bit, but he ended up being okay. I think. Yeah, it's unfortunate because that ended Chris's night, and it practically put any hope I had of getting back on the lead lap to bed. Which sucked because when this caution came out, I thought to myself, "Oh yeah, I'll get a lap back. I'll be the lucky dog." But the leaders had already gotten by a few other guys, so it was not going to be me. I think I was one of the guys they got by too. But yeah, that was unfortunate. But that's going to be my nomination for Idiot of the Week. It's Chris right
The
there.
interior of these Fords are ugly as shit, by the way. What the
You're
hell?
you're ugly.
That's such an
Like
ugly ass car.
in all honesty, you're ugly. I
Dog
don't really
shit.
know what makes your car any better, to be honest with you.
The interior doesn't look like a shit box. I don't know.
That's Oh, yours looks like this, I guess.
Is this a Chevy or is this a Toyota?
This has got to be a Chevy.
Oh well, yeah, it is.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
because
just scrolled through yours. Cycle Camper. Tell us about that one because I don't think everybody heard that.
yeah. So I think it might have been the Super Speedway series we did. I don't know if you were around for that. That was
Nope.
fun.
Wait,
We took.
maybe I don't know.
I think it was 6 races, 6 different tracks, 6 different
Yeah, it
cars,
was like a
or
mini
6 different car
series.
track combos. Yeah, it was cool. Um, but I finished third in one of those, and Aiden had created some little graphic for that, and he put first initial, last name. But for some reason, he put it up as C Camper instead of the K.
Mm.
So ever since then, Josh will randomly call me Cycle. And when I got in the car, because you can see if you go forward and move my glove on the nameplate in the freaking car, it says it on there too.
Yeah.
But I was,
Anytime you make a nickname change in a league,
yeah.
your whole name shows on the car.
But so yeah, I noticed it was on the freaking back windshield too. But I was looking down at my relative when I got into practice, and I'm like, son of a bitch, Josh. So I guess he said he was looking at the members list right before the race started and thought he'd have a little fun with it.
Yeah, that's true. Um, okay, cool. Well, that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Like I said, it's on
Actually, really
YouTube.
quick
Oh, yeah, go ahead. My bad.
before we do that, playoff standings.
Oh, yeah, shoot, my lord. Didn't
We've
talk
got
about this.
that's all right. We've got so first through 12th is going to be Hyder, Connor Trafari, Jared Wishan, Zach Lindgren, Jordan Coons 5th, Cody Webster 6th, Kia Loa Hankins 7th, Eli Ennis 8th, Nick Budemlik, sorry, 9th, Walker Thomas 10th, Mitch Vanos 11th, and Dorsey 12th. Now, if you look at this, Dorsey has 1,042 points in 12th. Eli only has 6 more points in 8th. So that cut line is going to be real wild after Nashville next week.
Yeah. Um, yeah, just based on this, it's really anybody's game to who gets eliminated next after next week. 42, 44, 45, 46, 48. And then there's a good space between 7th and 8th, but 6 points, yeah, separate the bottom 5. So it's going to be interesting. You know, one of these guys has a bad day, and a couple of them have a really good day. Well, 3 of them have a good day. 2 of them have a bad day. Yeah, they're done. So
We've got Nashville Super Speedway with 150 laps next week. So that could really anything could happen there. Could be interesting.
is that true that we have a tie for
No, so Daryl's
7th?
having to do it. He's having to do it
Okay.
separately.
Yeah, he does the bonus points manually. That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So what we see here
we
is right for the
almost
playoffs.
have a tie for 7th if it weren't for the bonus points.
Yeah, which I guess we could talk about that really quick too. As far as how the points shook out tonight, um, Hyder was the stage winner with 5 points. Cody Webster got fourth, or I'm sorry, second with 4 points. Dorsey third with 3 points. Jared fourth with 2 points, and Jordan Kuntz finished fifth at the stage and got an extra point there. So,
Okay.
which when you think about it, um, Dorsey getting those 3 points keeps him, 2 points away from Mitch. Um, yeah, I mean, Jordan probably gets himself. I mean, he was in a good spot, but considering there's only 5 points between seventh and what is that, fifth? I mean, anything can really happen. It'll be interesting to see how next week pans out because I think we're going to see a lot of movement.
For sure. Go ahead and call out our top 10 tonight too. I don't think we
Oh yeah, for sure.
shout out. I got it pulled up right here. I'll just go ahead and do it. Corbin Collins with the win, which you mentioned that. Congratulations, dude. Um, put together an
44
incredible
laps
race.
led too.
Yeah, that's not a luck win either. That's you know, he played strategy right and made a statement. Connor Trafari, which I thought he led some laps too, but it looks like he didn't.
He was close. Him and Jared were battling hard, and I thought Connor was going to get the three-peat.
Yeah, Jared Wishon with 3rd, Jason Samito with 4th, Chris Lilly 5th, Nick with 6th, Cody Webster with 7th, Kealoha with 8th, Eli with 9th, and Aiden Smith with rounding up the top 10. Good job, fellas.
Give the quick honorable mention to AJ Hyder for 125 laps led. As far as the
Absolutely.
bonus points, Daryl gained the most positions. Um, actually, that was it. Oh, and Hyder led the most laps and had the fastest race lap.
Okay.
So he gained himself three. Actually, he gained himself 8 bonus points tonight between the stage winner leading the most laps and the fastest lap of the race. So
Insane.
he's piling it on for sure.
Shout out to Jared Wishon, who's the only driver with 0 incidents tonight. And unfortunately, we had Chris Lilly and Eli with 14 apiece, but that wasn't the most.
Nope.
I won the award for most incidents tonight with 18, and majority of those were beating the wall down. But
Easy to do at a place like this.
somehow Marcus only had 6, and Nick only had 12. So,
Only.
yeah. Honorable mentions with 2 incident points apiece, Paul and Rick. Anyone else? Nope, that's the only 2 guys with 2. So everyone else had 4 or more. Well, that's all I got, man. How about
Yeah,
you?
sounds good to me.
Uh,
Nah, that should be it. Want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving with you and your families, and look to get back at it next Tuesday at Nashville.
Absolutely, guys. You know the drill. If you have any suggestions, if you have any uh, questions or anything you want, shout outs, whatever, make sure to hit us up. You can message me or Kyle, and yeah, we will see you next week after Nashville. Peace.
See you.